I'm not going to bury the lead here. Daredevil is in this episode, and believe it or not, I actually can get on board with this portrayal, but I am going to review the whole episode. So we're introduced to the character Leapfrog, a rich kid named Eugene Patilio who bought a super suit from Luke Jacobson, who made She-Hulk suits. He's just a regular guy fighting crime in a frog suit with rocket boots, and he's not very good at it. In the comics, Leapfrog was a failed inventor named Vincent Patilio who created leaping coils which he fastened to his feet, made a frog suit, and became a small-time villain. Eugene is the son of Vincent in the comics, and he took on the mantle Frogman and became a hero. Not really sure why they gave the dad's name to the son, but whatever. I also think it would have been far more entertaining to see the guy use springs rather than rocket boots. Eugene hires Jen to represent him in a court case against Luke Jacobson after the rocket boots malfunction. Luke Jacobson is being defended by Matt Murdock. During the trial, we learn from Matt Murdock that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed, which I don't believe has been mentioned in the MCU before. Relatively low fanfare given that there was a whole film about the law. In the comics, it took Norman Osborn's siege on Asgard and Steve Rogers becoming director of S.H.I.E.L.D. to repeal the Superhuman Registration Act. The case is dismissed pretty quick after Matt smells jet fuel on Leapfrog's suit, which Luke Jacobson explicitly stated not to use, leaving the responsibility of the suit failure on Eugene. So really, the case wasn't won by Matt's abilities as a lawyer, but more due to the incompetence of Jen's client. This is a good example of how the legal aspect of this legal comedy is vastly inferior to that of the Netflix Daredevil series. After the case, Matt and Jen end up at the same bar, and they hit it off. Matt even begins to inspire Jen to take on crime not just as a lawyer, but also as a superhero. It was a little weird to me that she questions how he knew about the jet fuel because he was not at all subtle when he was sniffing the air in the courtroom. Again, this is a place where Netflix series was better at portraying Matt's sensor abilities more subtly. Matt also tells Jen that he represented Luke Jacobson because of the suits that were made for him, which we saw in episode 5. Jen gets called again to help Eugene, tracking him to a parking garage where Daredevil is trying to get to him, appearing in his original costume from the comics. And Eugene gets away, and Daredevil and She-Hulk get into what's not a fight because Matt is just trying to get away and continue his chase. She-Hulk stops him with a thunderclap and then unmasks him, which is pretty bad superhero etiquette. After getting his secret identity out of the way, Matt reveals that Eugene is actually the bad guy and had kidnapped Luke Jacobson so that he would make Eugene a new suit. So Jen and Matt go to Leapfrog's lair, which is very public, called the Lily Pad, decorated with green fluorescent lights on the inside and filled with henchmen. We get a short Daredevil fight scene, unfortunately not as graphic as the Netflix series, and just as we're about to be treated to a classic Daredevil hallway fight, She-Hulk smashes in through the ceiling, alerting the entire place to their presence. They easily take down the bad guys, save Luke Jacobson, and Leapfrog breaks his legs jumping out of a window without rocket boots, mimicking a moment from Daredevil issue number 26 where Vincent Patilio jumped out of a courtroom window, but the springs weren't properly attached to his shoes. Jen and Matt end up hooking up, which is a little weird. I don't know if they ever expressed any romantic interest in each other in the comics. You'd think the episode was over, but Jen breaks the fourth wall to say that this is usually where the episode ends, but something else needs to happen since the finale is happening in the next episode. She also jokes that this is where a red-colored Hulk would appear, referencing Thunderbolt Ross, who becomes Red Hulk in the comics. Recently, William Hurt, the actor who played Ross in the MCU, passed away, but it's rumored that he's being replaced by Harrison Ford. Jen goes to a gala to receive a Female Lawyer of the Year award, and the screen is hacked by the intelligentsia, who unfortunately it turns out it really is just a group of online trolls. They show the audience a sex tape of Jen and Josh, which Josh had secretly created, and this causes Jen to go into a rage, which is exactly what they wanted. So it looks like She-Hulk is getting arrested. But there you go. If you've been watching this series waiting for Daredevil, you got him. And I think that's all we're going to get in this show. I've seen a lot of people complain about his new costume, and I agree that it doesn't look very good. They could easily have done a new version of the red and black from the Netflix series. I don't think the humor was too overdone, but I do still prefer the drier humor of Matt from the Netflix series. And one more thing, which isn't a complaint, more of a plot hole. When Daredevil is trying to get away from the Hulk in the parking garage, he displays strength and agility that was never shown in his original series. I get that the show had a lower budget, but still, Captain America is both stronger and more agile than Daredevil, and he's never moved like that. Daredevil in this episode moved a lot more like Spider-Man. Overall, I was pretty okay with Daredevil's portrayal, and I'm looking forward to his solo series. Obviously, the reveal of the intelligentsia was extremely disappointing, but I'm hoping that that Red Hulk comment was teasing something for the future and not just the writers making fun of the audience for expecting more out of these series. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. I'll see you all next time.